So today we are going to do 2021 computer-based accounting paper. So in this paper, we are going to do the paper number 2. So the paper number 2 is fully focused on the Regal Lanka company. Right? So here, let's go about the introduction. So Regan's Lanka PLC is a listed company. It's an actual company which is listed in Colombo Stock Exchange. Now, Regan's Lanka PLC is a Sri Lankan-based company which is a manufacturer of white goods and produces a range of refrigerators and washing machines. White goods and produces a range of refrigerators and washing machines. The company operates through 3 segments: refrigerators, washing machines, and other. The company manufactures refrigerators and washing machines under the Singer and Cecil brands at its factory, which is located in Ratmalana. So they have 2 brands, Singer and Cecil, right? And they are producing refrigerators as well as washing machines. The company subsidiary, Regan's Appliances Private Limited, is engaged in manufacturing and assembling washing machines, producing plastic components for refrigerators and plastic chairs. The next para is about the accounting process. The accountant who is working in Regan's Lanka PLC is going to introduce accounting software called P3 Accounting 2010 on 1st of April 2021. So this is an important date because this is the starting date of the PH3, which is the introduction date. So I'm going to highlight this date as well as we have to highlight it. Please mute your mic. Right? So the financial year starts from 1st of January to 31st of December next year. Right? Now let's draw the timeline. So timeline start with 1st of January 2021 to 31st of December 2021. So this is the financial period. But whereas Peachtree has been introduced, right, at 1st of April 2021. So which means the Peachtree introduction date is this. So it's somewhere closer to, right, first quarter and starting with the second quarter of the year. So since the financial period starting prior than the Peachtree period, so Peachtree, when we are creating the company creation should be earlier than this. දැන් මේ ගාන ගත්තට පස්සේ මේ ගාන කියනවා 2021 අප්‍රේල් 4 තමයි අප්‍රේල් 1 වෙනිදා තමයි P3 ඉන්ට්‍රොඩියුස් කරේ කියලා. එතකොට කියනවා මූල්‍ය වර්ෂය යනවා ජනවාරි 1 වෙනිදා ඉඳලා දෙසැම්බර් 31 දක්වා කාලය. එතකොට ජනවාරි 1 වෙනිදා ඉඳලා දෙසැම්බර් 31 දක්වා කාලයේ ඇතුළත පළවෙනි කාර්තුව ඉවර වෙනවත් එක්කම දෙවෙනි කාර්තුව පටන් ගන්න අප්‍රේල් වල එතකොට තමයි P3 ඉන්ට්‍රොඩියුස් කරලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ පළවෙනි මාස 3 ගියාට පස්සේ. the PhD introduce කරන්න කලිනුත් company එකේ prior data තියෙනවා. ඒක නිසා අපි ඉස්සෙල්ලම කරන්නේ මේ dates දෙකෙන් කියන්නේ company එකේ financial period එක පටන් ගන්න දවසයි PhD පටන් ගන්න දවසයි දෙකෙන් ඉස්සෙල්ලා දවස දානවා. හේතුව එහෙම නැති වෙලාවට සමහරලාට papers වල වැරදි වෙන්න පුළුවන් නිසා. එතකොට so you have given the basic details as well. So let's go with the basic details. So you have the company name, business type, address, everything is given. So let's type them. First, we are going to create a new company. So company name, here the name is 2021 paper. So type should be limited liability company. So you have to type the other data. So address 1, Regins, Lanka, PLC is the company name. So if you want to put the company name, you can put that one as well. So address 1, Regis Lanka PLC. Here we are going to use the number 2, Ferry Road, Borupana Road, here Ratmalana, country Sri Lanka, telephone number 011 22 000 and 92. For the fax number, there should be small amendments. So you have to click on build your own chart of accounts since you are going to create a new PhD for this company. Then no segment is there. So accrual basis we are following. Then real-time processing is there. So 12-month accounting period you can select. So rather than going for that one, I'm going for accounting period that do not match calendar month. So here 12 months accounting period should be there, but the starting period should be 1st of January 2021. Then you can see it will end 31st of December as the 12th period. මාස 12න් ඉවර වෙන නිසා 2021 ජනවාරි 1 වෙනිදායෙන් පටන් අරගෙන 2021 දෙසැම්බර් 31 ඒ කියන්නේ 12 වෙනි පීරියඩ් එකකින් ඉවර වෙනවා. So I'm going for click next, then I'm going to finish it. So the Peachtree software will create a new company for me. So my next step is I have to create the chart of accounts. Then only I can set the defaults. So now as the next step, let's create the chart of accounts. I'm going for maintain chart of accounts. Rather than entering balances, I'm going to create the company details, chart of accounts, list of accounts, stated capital. The account type should be equity, right? Doesn't close. Then retained earnings we have. Type should be equity retained earnings. Then land. Land, building, and motor vehicle, office equipment, furniture, and fittings are fixed assets. So the type should be fixed assets for all of them. Then depreciation. For all the fixed assets accounts, we are going to create the accumulated depreciation accounts. So the type should be accumulated depreciation for those accounts. So for long-term loans, type should be long-term liabilities. You have account payables. Type should be account payables. Next, you have VAT payables. These are other current liability. So sales tax payable also other current liability. Then you have other current liabilities as well. The type should be same. Then you have accrued expenses. The type is again liability. Then we have inventory. Type should be inventory. We have account receivable. Then you have prepaid expenses. It's other current asset. Sales. It's income. So sales target incentives, that's also income. It's like a sales commission, which we are going to receive as income. Discount received also income. other than other things which is measured in income should be the type as income. So we have cost of sales. Type should be cost of sales. Then we have purchases. So in page 3, purchases recognized as cost of sales in the type. So if you have any doubt with regard into the types of these accounts, please refer the tutorial again and clarify your doubts before the exams started. Mid එකට කලින් ඔයාලා අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම දෙපාරක් තුන් පාරක් accounts type ටික බලන්න. tutorial එකේ තියෙනවා එක ආයි refer කරන්න. So depreciation is expense. Then we have electricity expense. Income tax expense. Rent expense. Insurance expense. Stationery expense. Advertising expense. Bad debt also expense. So here, provision for doubtful debt should be categorized as account receivable, then discount allowed. It is an expense. Freight charger, freight charge also expense. We have interest expense as well. Earlier we have the interest income. Now we have the interest expense. Petty cash and rest of the accounts are all our cash accounts. Once you create this chart of accounts, go through the list and check whether you have created each and every chart of account. So it says in the account list, there are 48 accounts. Check whether you have all the accounts in the list. So when I'm clicking on this Excel sheet, I can say there are 68. So how can I find? So when I highlight these numbers in my count, I can see 48 items are there. So when I click on the list, account listed 48 is there. So 48ක් හරියටම තියෙන්න ඕනි accounts. Accounts ටික හරියද කියලා බලන්න. Then check whether you have created the correct account type as well. Account type එකත් බලන්න. Stated capital, equity does not clause, retained earnings, retained earnings. All the fixed assets are typed as fixed assets. All the accumulated depreciation accounts, type is accumulated depreciation. Then long-term loans, long-term liability, account payables, account payables. So all the other current liabilities are categorized as the other current liabilities. Inventory, the same type, inventory, account receivable, prepaid expenses, other current assets. All the income accounts include sales, sales target incentives, as well as discount receivable, so far and so forth. Then you have depreciation accounts, right? So depreciation accounts included as the type as expense. Then all the expenses account, the type should be expense. Then provision for doubtful debt, it should be categorized under account receivables. Other than that, remember, other receivables also categorized as account receivables, which is not included in this paper. අපි දන්නවා cost of sales වලට එනවා items දෙකක්, purchase උයි cost of sales උයි. Account receivables වලට එනවා items තුනක්, account receivables, provision for bad and doubtful debt, ඒ වගේම other receivables කියන categories ටික. මේ ටික පැහැදිලිව tutorial එකේ දාලා තියෙනවා, හොඳට බලා ගන්න. So now I'm going to set the defaults. Maintain default information. First, I'm going to set the general ledger default. So I have to select the rounding up account. So rounding up account is the retained earnings account. Now I'm going to click OK. Then I'm going to set the default of the customers. So customers 30 days due, 20 days. We are going to discount percentage 2%. Credit limit is 2 million. Then sales account we have to select. Then discount account is discount receivable account, discount allowed account, that is expense account. Then custom fields, sales contact is there. So here it should be sales representatives. So it's not allowed to write everything. So then the manager, that's all. So I'm going to disable in the fourth custom field. Then finance charge, there is a minimum finance charge. Therefore, we have to click on this finance charge. Paper ke finance charge කරනවා කියලා දීලා තියෙන නිසා ඒක ටික් කරන්න ඕනි ඉස්සෙල්ලම. The minimum finance charge is 100 කියලා දීලා තියෙනවා. අනිත් කිසිම දෙයක් දීලා නැති නිසා ඒ options මම වෙනස් කරන්න යන්නේ නැහැ. එතකොට charge interest on finance charge කියලා කියන්නේ පොලි පිට පොලි ගන්නවා. අපේ මෙහෙම කිසිම සඳහනක් නැති නිසා මම ඒක ගන්නෑ. I'm not going to click on charge interest on finance charge because it's not there. But here I have to select the finance charge GL account. පොලි ගන්නව නම් පොලි ගන්න අදාළ account එක තියෙන්න ඕනි. මෙතකොට මේකේ යන්නේ interest income එකක් විදියට. Then payment method only 2. Other things we have to delete. Check එකයි cash එකයි විතරයි තියෙන්නේ. මේක check කියනකොට අර අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් පාවිච්චි කරන spellings නෙමෙයි තියෙන්නේ. ඒකද උනර මම වෙනස් කරනවා. So I have set my customers default. Now I'm going to set my vendors default. So here vendors 35, 25, discount 3%. So the credit limit 1,300,000. So here the expense account is the purchase account. මේකේ purchase account එකක් තියෙන නිසා purchase account එක දාන්න පුළුවන්. purchase account එකක් තිබ්බේ නැත්නම් cost of sales තමයි දාන්නේ. So discount GL account. So discount received. Custom fields, office managers, special note only. So I'm going to set the sales tax default. So we are going to create a new sales tax. So percentage is 11%. Tax ID T001. T001. So agency name, VAT standard. So here rate is 11%. So here I have to select the account. VAT payable account should be there. Yes, VAT payable. So you have to select all the text fields with this asterisk mark. අර තරු ලකුණක් තියෙන හැම field එකක්ම පුරවන්න defaults වල ඒක set කරාම ලේසි. Then sales tax ID. Sorry. Here agency ID should be A001. Agency name CGIR. So here tax ID is T001. Tax name is VAT standard. So now I'm going to finish it. Now I'm going to view all the sales taxes. So once I view it, you can see the tax name is VAT standard, sales tax name VAT standard. I'm going to cross check my data, whether it's correct or not. Tax name VAT standard, tax name VAT standard. Tax ID same, T001. Rate 11%. Then agency ID A001 and the agency name CGIR. So once I cross check it, I'm going to finish it. Then I'm going for the inventory defaults, maintain default information, inventory items. So here, the item class, stock item, then ordering, right? So in the ordering, so there's, if you want, it's better, warn if quantity item out of stock based on quantity hand. So click on the button for the warn if inventory item out of the stock based on quantity on hand. Then click on the GL account. If you want, you can ignore it as well because it's not mentioned in the paper. Paper එක සටහන් වෙලා නැති හින්දා අර කයින් කරන්න පුළුවන්. So here, sales account you have to select. GL sales account. Then inventory account you have to select. Then cost of sales you have to select. Then costing method is FIFO according to the paper. So we have to select the freight account. It's expense account. Then tax type, regular, custom field, order list. Then name list. No special notes. Price levels, only 3 levels are allowed. We have to disable other areas. So the next option, we have to enter the beginning balances of the chart of accounts. I'm click on chart of accounts. Then I'm clicking on this account beginning balances. So here, balances extracted from the books of as at 1st of April 2021. දැන් අප්‍රේල් පළවෙනිදා අපි දන්නවා මේ ඔක්කොම කවුන්ට්ස් එන්ටර් කරලා තියෙන්නේ අප්‍රේල් පළවෙනිදා. අප්‍රේල් පළවෙනිදාට පොත්වල ආරම්භක ශේෂය එන්න නම් ශේෂය එන්න ඕන මාර්තු 31. Right? So the ending period should be 2021, right? Then 1st of March to 31st March. මාර්තු 31 ඉවර වුණාම තමයි අප්‍රේල් පළවෙනිදා ආරම්භක ශේෂය කියලා එන්නේ. Now enter the data. So when you are going to enter provision for doubtful debt, enter with the negative sign. මොකද බැල පැත්තේ තියෙන ශේෂයක් හර පැත්තට දානකොට අපි ඍණ ලකුණකුත් එක තමයි දාන්නේ. මේකේ මම මට අතෑරලා තියෙනවා මගේ නෝමල් හම්බු වෙච්ච එකේ තිබ්බා පර්චේසර්ස් කියලා එකක්. හැබැයි මේකේ මේ දෙකම එකතු කරලා මොකද අපිට පේපර්ස් 4ක් එනවානේ. මේකේ එකක පර්චේසර්ස් කියලා දාලා තියෙනවා. හැබැයි ඔයාලට දීපු පේපර් එකේ පේපර් නම්බර් 2 වල පර්චේසර්ස් කියලා එකක් නැහැ. ඒ වෙනුවට ඒකේ තියෙන්නේ ඩිවිඩන්ඩ් ඉන්කම් කියන එක. දැන් මම ඩිවිඩන්ඩ් ඉන්කම් එක එන්ටර් කරලා නැහැ. මම හිතන්නේ මම ඒක ආපහු චෙක් කරලා එන්ටර් කරනවා. dividend income තියෙනවා. මම මේකේ purchases කියලා එකක් නැති හින්දා ඔයාලගේ paper එකේ ඒක account එක මම delete කරනවා දැන් මෙතනින්. Purchases වල මම set කරා. So we can keep it as 0 as well. මෙතන maintain වල default informations වල vendors වල මම expense account එකට purchase account එක select කරේ. මොකද paper number 3 වල තියෙනවා purchase account කියලා එකක්. paper number 2 වලට නැති වුණාට මම දැන් ඒක මෙතනින් remove කරා. remove කරලා maintain වලට ඇවිල්ලා මම chart of accounts වලින් මම ඒ අනවශ්‍ය data එක, ඒ කියන්නේ purchase කියන එක ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ එකේ නැහැනේ paper එකේ. ඒකෙන් මම ඒක අයින් කරනවා මෙතනින්. So if you have currently done your chart of accounts, the trial balance difference should be 0. ඔගොල්ලෝ හරියටම කරා නම් හර පැත්තයි බැර පැත්තයි සමාන වෙලා මෙන්න මෙතනට බිඳුව එන්න ඕනේ. So I'm going to show you the list. මේ මගේ list එක තියෙන්නේ. මම මෙතන settings වෙනස් කරනවා. මම reports වලට ගිහිල්ලා, so if I go to reports, if I click on, right, general ledger, reports and forms. So if I click on general ledger, trial balance, so in the options, I have to mention a specific period. So I can select the period. If I select the period for 31st March 2021, it will give the whole list of the trial balance. මේක දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ trial balance එකේ ඔක්කොම බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. මම ඔයාලට මේක බලා ගන්න ලේසි වෙන්න options වල තව add කරනවා columns ටිකක්. ඒතර මම columns වල account type එක කියන එක able කරගන්නවා. ඔයගොල්ලෝනේ මේක ලේසියෙන් බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් account type එක. So I can save this one. paper එකේ නම් trial balance එක වෙනම නමක් මොකක් හරි දීලා ඇති. මම දැන්ට මේක දාගන්නවා trial balance TB as at 31st March 2021 කියලා save කරලා මම මේක PDF එකකට ගන්නවා. මේ PDF එකට ගන්න එක මම desktop එකේ save කරලා දැන් මම ඔයාලට ඒක chat box එකට දානවා Zoom එකේ. ඒකට ඕන අය ඉන්නවනම් chat එකෙන් බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් trial balance එකේ මම type එකත් එක්කම ඔක්කොම data ටික දාලා තියෙන්නේ. chat එකේ තියෙනව නේද ළමයි? ඕකේද? දසුන් chat එකෙන් හම්බුණාද ඔයාලා trial balance එක? මම save කරලා copy එකක් දැම්මා. So now we are moving to the next option. After the chart of accounts, we have the budget. So let's create the budget now. So go to maintain, go to budget. So here the budget name is expense budget. The description here, forecasting expense budget. We are going to put the name as the forecasting expense budget. Then the description should be forecasting expense budget. So here we have to select the type as all accounts. Then we have to select the period for 2022. Then the first item is the sales. So here sales, 2 million sales is there, 2 million sales will increase by 10% each over the value of December month, right? So we have to increase it over the value of December month. So after typing 2 million, I'm going to copy it. Then I'm going to paste it again here. So on February, I'm going to adjust it by 10% because in the paper it says it will increase over the value of, right? So this should be January. මේ පේපර් එකේ තියෙනනේ බජට් එකේ පළවෙනි එක ජනවාරි මාසයේ සේල්ස් මිලියන 2යි ඒක 10%කින් වැඩි වෙනවා කියලා. ඒ 10%කින් වැඩි වෙන්නේ මෙතන දෙසැම්බර් මාසයේ කියලා අපිට ගන්න අපිට හරියටම අයිටම් එකක් නැති හින්දා අපි මෙතන ඒක හිතන්නේ ජනවාරි මාසයේමයි කියලා. මෙතන ජනවාරි මාසයට වඩා තමයි 10%ක් වැඩි වෙන්නේ. හරිද? ඊට පස්සේ දැන් මේ වැඩි වෙන එක ජනවාරි මාසයෙන්. එතකොට මාර්තු වලත් වැඩි වෙන්නේ ජනවාරි මාසයේ වැලියු එකට වඩා 10%ක්. ඒක නිසා මෙන්න මේක කොපි කරලා හරිද? මෙතනින් percentage එක adjust කරලා 10% කියලා percent කියලා type එකක් දාලා round කරලා amount එක okay කරනවා. After that we are going to copy it. Then I am going to highlight the whole area with regarding to the sales. By clicking on the shift button, I'm going to paste them. So each month, the value will be 2,200,000. Can you see? හැම මාසෙම එතකොට ජනවාරි මාසෙට වඩා 10%ක් වැඩි වෙලා තමයි පෙන්නන්නේ. Next one. January month 63,000 rent income. Rent income එක ගැන එන්නේ ජනවාරි මාසෙ තියෙනවා 63,000. January month 63,000 rent income will be the same for the remaining months. එහෙනම් මේ 63,000 තමයි හැම මාසෙටම තියෙන්නේ. මේක කොපි කරලා ඉතිරි පීරියඩ් එකම අපි shift key එකෙන් highlight කරලා paste කරනවා. So the next one. January month 120,000 rent expense will be same for the remaining month. The rent income එක constant, rent expense එකත් constant. So rent expense. So in the paper, rent expense is 120,000. So after typing 120,000, I'm going to copy it. Then I'm going to click on the shift key. Then I'm going to highlight the whole area with regard to rent expense. Then I'm going to paste it. Then January month, 13,650 insurance expense. Right? So January month, එකේ rent insurance expense එක 13,650. So it will be, right? It will be remain same for the first 6 months. පළවෙනි මාස 6ට මේ insurance එක 13,650යි. So I'm going to copy it. After typing it, I'm going to copy it. Up to June month, I'm going to paste it because it's constant for the first 6 months. Thereafter will increase by 3% over the value of the preceding month. කලින් මාසෙට වඩා 3%ක් වැඩි වෙනවලු. ඒ කියන්නේ ජූලි මාසේ එන්නේ කලින් මාසෙට වඩා 3% වැඩි වෙලා. මේක ආයි කොපි කරගන්නවා. I'm going to paste it again. ඊට පස්සේ අගෝස්තු මාසේ එන්නේ ආයි මේක 3% වැඩි වෙනවා. මොකද proceeding month කියලා කියන්නේ කලින් මාසේ. කලින් මාසෙට වඩා 3% තමයි හැමතිස්සෙම වැඩි වෙගෙන යන්නේ. Then again copy it, paste it for September, then adjust it by 3% again. So always round it up. Then it will minimize the right errors. You can see what are the errors you are occurring if you are putting in the rounding up to the nearest dollar. ඩොලර්ස් වල රවුන්ඩ් කරාට පස්සේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට වැරදි ලේසියෙන් හොයාගන්න පුළුවන් ඩෙසිමල්ස් පොයින්ට් වලට වඩා බලන්න මේ ටිකද එන්නේ කියලා ජූනි මාසේ ඉඳලා. Finish. So the next one, January month 5,000 advertising expense will remain for same for the entire year. Advertising 50,000, it's remain constant. So that's all with regard to the budget. So under option number 4 of the paper requirement, they say save as the budget report for the given period. මේ budget report එක save කරන්න කියනවා ඒ period එකට. So I'm going to click on save. Then I'm going for reports budget. So this is the budget report for the next period. See the year. බලන්න අවුරුද්ද. So here it says budget name, expense budget, period from January 1st to 31st December, but the year is 2022, next year. Only the things we have amended: sales, rent income, rent expenses, insurance, advertising, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to save it into a PDF. So I'm going to upload it into, right, in your chat box right now. The chat box එකට දානවා, ඔයගොල්ලෝ check කරලා බලන්න. Budget එක. වැරදි තියෙනවා නම් එතකොට හොයාගන්න පුළුවන්. මම මේ වීඩියෝ එකේ description එකටත් මේ chat මේ ටික දාන්නම්. එතකොට කාට හරි ඕන නම් ඒකෙන් බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. So the next one, after creating the budget, the next option is creating the customers. Customers, new customers, then enter the data which is given in the paper. Customer name, Singha Sri Lanka Private Limited. The address is Main Street. So for street, I'm going to put ST. Main Street, Newtown, Kandy. Country Sri Lanka. So sales tax should be this account. We have to select it. Then the contact number. Telephone number is given. Contact person is Mr. Sandra. Sandra. So the name is Sandra. Title is MS. Telephone number 081 252 40. So once you click everything, you can see the address by default in the address tab. So history. So in the history, we have to enter the beginning balances. But before that, you have to set the payment and credit. So payment and credits. So we are going to customize it. Click on customize items for this customer. Then net due in 30, discount in 15, discount percentage 3%, credit limit. We don't have exact credit limit. Yes. No, default limit should be there. Then save it. After saving it, go to history. Then click on the customer beginning balances. Here the invoice number INS 150. So you have to select the date. Date is 2021 March 18th. Purchase order number. So sales order number here, it should be sales order number. Sales order number is SO 002. Then the amount, here the amount should be 350,000. Then account receivables account you have to select. Now click save. So once you enter it, it will appear in the window itself. See. මෙතෙන්ට එන්න ඕනේ invoice date එකයි amount එකයි. ඔගොල්ලෝ හරියට type කරා නම්. Now we are going for the next one. Zero 026. Customer Sita Holding. Address. So we have to select the sales tax ID in this window. Then go to contact. So here the contact person is Mr. Huen. Then everything appeared by default in the address tab. So here, default terms, everything is in default. But here you have to add another number. So telephone contact person, telephone number here is 0 triple 7737 01828. Then save it. Then go to history. Then enter customer beginning balances. So invoice number. INS. Everything in caps lock. INS 155. Date 2021 March 19th. Order number is O003. Amount 455,000. AR account receivable account. Then save it. Then close it. So as I mentioned you earlier, once you entered it, it should be appeared here. Last invoice date as well as last invoice amount. Then go for the next one. Name, Singha Furniture. So here the contact person is Mr. Sampath. for the telephone number. So the data we are going to customize. That is 30 days, 18 days in discount, 3% discount percent, no change of the credit limit. Then save it. Then enter the beginning balances. Invoice number is INS 250. Date should be 2021 March 25 5th. Then purchase order number is 4004. Amount 236,000. Then AR account you have to select. So the name Royal Electronic Private Limited. Here the contact person is Miss Diana. Credit terms, no changes are there. But we have to enter the beginning balances. INS 258. Date March 30th. SO 001. Amount 2 lakhs. AR Save it and close it. Then save and new. The final customer we are going to enter. Customer 29. So the name, Dilshan Electronic Private Limited. So the general data, address. AG, it is KGI Road, Patugastatu. Contact person is Mr. Pradeep. Payment terms all are default. Now we have to enter the beginning data. Invoice number 260. Date 18th of March. Amount 320,000. AR account, account receivables account. Here is SO number is SO005. Save it. Close it. So you can list the list of customers. So from that one, you can check on the beginning balances. Beginning balances බලන්න 3,50,1000, 4,55,000, 2,36,000, 2,00,000, 3,20,000. Then you have these telephone numbers as well. So earlier one, I forgot to write the contact person. It's Miss Sandra. So I'm going to write that data. All the time weave the list. Then if you have done some mistake, you can weave it. වැරද්දක් කරොත් ඒ ටික හොයාගන්න පුළුවන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ හැමතිස්සෙම list එක බලනවා නම්. Okay. Now let's create the vendors. Vendors, new vendors. VEN 032 type the name China Electronics. Address Inskirt Road, China. Telephone number. Purchase information. We have to customize them. So 30%, 30 days here. Net due in 30 days. Discount in 20 days. The first vendor. And discount percentage is 3%. Credit limit here change into 7 lakhs. Then save it. After saving it, enter the beginning balances. INP 100. Purchase order number PO 072. Amount 450,000. So you have to select the account payable account. The next vendor. So VK Engineering. The higher Junction, Galaha. Your telephone number there. Defaults, nothing is changed, but history we have to change. After saving it, then only they will enable to enter the invoice data. IN, caps lock INP, 112. Date is 16th of March. PO 087. Amount 345,000. You have to select the vendor's account. That's accounts payable account. Third one. Hong Kong Electronic Center. Electric Center. Here the contact person, Mr. Ting, Miss J. Purchase information we have to customize. 30. $22.5. Limit 650,000. Here the PO number PO 093, the amount 230,000. You have to select the AP account. Final vendor we are going to create. China Shenzhen company. After creating the vendors, check on the vendor list. I'm going to check the balances. 450, 345, 230, and 168. So once you finish the vendors, we are moving for the inventory. So we are going for inventory and services, inventory item, new inventory item. So stock item 1, IT. It should be in caps lock, IT, 100. Description, refrigerators. So it's a stock item. So 54. Item types, item class, stock item type. It should be supply. Then unit or measurement, each. Then we have to enter the minimum stock, 300. Pre-order quantity, 200. So here, we are going to set the item. Then we have to select the item ID, then quantity, on hand, 160. Then unit cost here, 30,000. Then save it. Click on OK. So once you set the last cost price, what will happen is you can change the price levels. So here, go for the calculations. The first one is, right, last cost, and it is increased by 18% here. Click on OK. Then the next one, last cost price should be increased by 24%. So you can round it as well. Round it to the next dollar. So here the next one. Last cost price, I'm going to increase by 32% accordingly. So I'm going to click OK. Now, when you click on this arrow, you can see the drop-down list again. So 18%, 24%, and 32% we have adjusted. Then click Save. Go for New. IT 200. Now washing machines. Minimum stock 350. Here 210. Here the quantity on hand is 190. Then unit cost here 25,000. Now click OK. Now change the price levels into first one increased by 15%. Next one increased by 25%. Increased by 22%. Then the final one increased by 30%. Now save it. Next one, item 300, IT 300. Item is bottle coolers. Minimum stock 400. The order quantity 350. Four hundred, 350. Quantity here should be 320. Last unit cost is 12,000. Now we are going to change the price levels 15, 25, and 28%. It has to be increased. The changes are 18%, 20%, and 22%. So once you create the inventory list, please cross-check your list. I'm going to cross-check the price level 1 and the last unit cost. Okay. So in the next session, we are going to cover how to enter the purchase order and purchase ordering process, then sales order process up to the receive money and payment of money, then the general ledger entries.